It's a perfect situation to make musical sounds.
Hello, this is Liz. Welcome to Fabric Friday. Another one of these embroidered cushion covers. This is the one I've decided to use, but this will give you an idea. I've been playing with my embroidery machine and I've done several designs, some of which are already on the machine, some of which I've downloaded. That one I quite like, but I don't know if you can make these out, because that one you will do because it's nice and dark. I quite like that one. That one's long, more like a border, but this is the one I've decided to use this time. So what I've done is I've cut it down. Let's move this so you can see more. That's better. I've cut it down to 6.5 inches square, and then I've got 2.5 inch pieces that I have snowballed the corner with. I haven't taken them off yet because I wanted to show you that basically you make your line all the way across the bit that you want to snowball, and then sew along it, fold it over, and you can see it fits exactly. As you saw from the back, it fits exactly. So what you do then is peel it open, get your ruler, 1/4 inch from the seam. Get my glasses so I can see better. 1/4 inch from your seam. It doesn't have to be exact because it's just your seam allowance. You could cut it with a pair of scissors or with the rotary cutter, and that's your snowball corner. So you're left with just the seam there, and as I say, you can do it with scissors or your rotary cutter, whichever. So that's going to be the central design of it. I've cut out of the flowery pattern, I've cut 4 3.25 inch squares. Out of the background, I've cut 4 3.25 inch squares. And I've drawn diagonally across from one corner to the other a line. I will be putting it on the pattern fabric and then sew 1/4 inch away from that line on both sides, because this will be making the quarter square triangles. So I'll do that and sort it all out and come back to you. So I'm getting better, not much puckering, so I think I'm beginning to figure it, so I don't get that. But I've made the half square triangles, and I'll go into them at a greater point in a bit, and they will be going round there. Apart from I'm missing some. Where have I put them? I'll find them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing 3. I'll find them. Ah, they're there. So now we want 2.5. We want to cut these down to 2.5 inches. So to do that, get your half square triangles, HST, whatever you want to call them. get your ruler, and if it's like mine, you'll see right from the point where you've got 1 inch by 1 inch square, right from the point all the way down to the other is a straight line. So you know that that has to go on your seam line. This is if you haven't got one of them strip sheet rulers things. So you put that on your seam line, making sure that you're going to have 2.5 inches there. So then when we've done that, you can trim that side and that side, turn it around, put your ruler back on, find your seam again and bring it down so that that will be a 2.5 inch square, 2.5 inch half square triangle. And there's a bit of a corner left on there, that's it. And do that to all 8. The next thing I've done, I've trimmed everything down. That's my pile of things that just need to be sewn together. Now, I've not made these type of things before. They're quarter square triangles, but only 1/4 is going to have pattern in it. So what I'm going to do is basically how we did the half square triangles. I'm going to do it like that, and then I'll come back to you and I'll show my progression as I go. Did I mention it was a 4-inch square of the white, which is what I'm using as the background, and 4 inches square of this dark blue, and draw a line diagonally. Now I'm just going to cut them apart. As I said before, I've never done this before, so let's just suck it and see. So we have 2 half square triangles. Now I want to make quarter square triangles. So these 2 white bits, I'm going to draw a line along the middle, and I'm going to put that so it's opposite. So there will be the line, and I'm going to do both of them the same. So I've done that. I put a 4-inch white square, drew the line, so 1/4 of an inch away roughly on either side of the line. So what I'm going to do now, they were a bit close. Doesn't matter, it just means that I have a very narrow seam allowance. I've just changed the blades in this, and it's just like going through butter now. It's so easy. So that's a note to self and everybody out there. Changing blade makes so much of a difference. I always forget. But I wanted these as quarter square triangles, but with white on 3 sides, and I've got that. Yay! I've got what I wanted. So now I'm going to press these and then cut them down to 2.5 inches. As I showed you on the half square triangles, get that line it up. Where is it there? Line it up. Now, because these are quarter square triangles, you want them to be 2.5 inches. So this is half of 2.5 is 1.25. So we want the 1.25 line lined up to the very tip of that dark blue, and that will cut out. And I'll do it now, although I haven't pressed them yet. You do require a bit of pressure, not the next to nothing that I was putting on. Now let's line it up with a 2.5 inch line. There's my 2.5 inch. There's this 2.5 inch. I didn't give it a full half turn, just a quarter. Now it should get me a 2.5 inch quarter square triangle. And it has. So I'll press these, the rest of them, and make them, and then show you what I'm going to do. So I've trimmed, I pressed them, trimmed these sort of quarter square triangles and put them where I want to. So now I'm just going to sew them together, those three, join these three to there, and that to there, and then I'll decide what I'm doing next. And there, I've sewn it together. What I'm going to do is similar to what I've done on the other ones. I'm going to put the light blue strip round it, and we'll see. And that's what I've done with it. Making it exactly the same as that one. It's just slightly different in the middle. So you can see that is last one, and this is this one. So it's just slightly different, and obviously different embroidery designs. Thank you. Bye.
It's a perfect situation.